pine nest right over there. They're usually not attacking fresh, live, healthy trees. They're attacking the dead wood on the trees. So they're a necessary part of what's going on. The only thing I would kind of, most of the wood here that we use is treated wood. But you would, if you had this operation with a lot of mulch right up against your house, termites need to have some kind of moisture. You're going to make sure that they're not tunneling into the core of your house, and just inspect for the runs on there.
So back in the States, I have this just a wire cage, dump
Simple
all
way
the
to go.
leaves in it.
Yep.
But it doesn't seem to do a lot when it's just leaves.
Leaves as in grass or brown leaves?
No, tree leaves. Dead leaves.
They will eventually compost, but it takes time. So if you were to take some of your table scraps and throw those in there with it, anything green, I know we don't mow lawns here. It's an amazing thing. One of my lives was building golf courses and athletic fields. And we had grass clippings everywhere. And you have that as a wonderful source. That'll really get the pile cranked. To investigate it, they get into the middle of it and it's hot. It's so hot you can't put your hand in it. So it's already starting to compost on its own, just sitting there. So it'll do it. It'll just take a lot longer.
I'm noticing that there are colonies of bugs living in the insects in the compost.
They're all beneficials the way we look at them. Everything from pill bugs to the millipedes to all of that stuff that's in there. Yes, and they are ingesting it. That's a part of the process. We don't feel that we're attracting things that are bad. Every now and then we'll have some gnats and a few flies around, especially when we're flipping the pile, but then that seems to subside. Up in the school and in the kitchen, sometimes they can tell if we have piles that are pretty big piles. When we turn them by hand, you can smell them for a little period of time. The smell for composting to me is sweet. I love the smell when it's done right. It smells good. If the pile is very stinky, very sulfurous kind of smell, it means it is probably too wet. When you take this stuff, it should have a consistency of about a wet sponge. And that's about where ours is, a wrung out wet sponge. And if I could take this and squeeze it, and dribbles of water would come out, it's too wet. And eventually the whole pile, if it gets too wet, it'll turn anaerobic. And when it's an anaerobe, instead of aerobic, that means it needs oxygen, it'll build some anaerobic bacteria, and those are the things that will stink. And that'll be telling you your pile's too wet. And in the rainy season, that's a big problem for me. My piles get water under them, it wicks up in the top of them. I lose about a month and a half in the rainy season to composting just because my piles are too wet. I can't do anything about it.
You have wonderful big piles. And in answer to the woman over here who was talking about, I'm sorry, I don't know your name, who was asking about how quickly you can do it. I would say that here I do the simplest of backyard composting, which is taking the leaves that fall around on my property and the household garbage from 2 people and throw it into a frame, and that's it. And in about 8, and I have the frame, I put it on one side, and when that fills up, I put it on the other side. Every once in a while, and it's every once in a while, turn it over, and in less than 6 weeks, the side that I stopped using is fine for my plants. So it really is.
The turnover is about, I would be thinking about a month. We flip our piles 5 times because we're actually bringing cut vegetables from Weston. We take everything that they have, and that gives us a pretty good source. I take what I can get from Aspirin, the tree cutting people, and then we mix all that together. So we're flipping the piles and we're trying to make a larger operation. And what we really want to do is do this up in Susannaburg in a municipal way to make the product available to you. Well, one more thing, and then I'm going to get Amanda up here. This equals this. This was a tree at one time, so this is a source of carbon. Forget about what color it is. You don't want the ones that are glossy pages out of those glossy magazines. Those aren't as good. They actually have clay particles on them. But this is the same as this. So if you've got shredded paper and this, you can begin to compost.
What about newspaper?
Newspaper's not bad. Some people complain a little bit about the ink, but I use a lot of newspaper in my gardening anyway. I use it for Baltimore on the ground. I think newspaper's fine.
I have a question.
Yes.
I just wanted to add something.
The numbers on this, that's going to work out to be 1,500 yards of compost we can make in a single year just with Aspin's material. That doesn't mean everything that the landscapers are bringing in. If we get a chipper, then we chip our own material. My estimate, rough estimate of that is we'll double that in that first year.
You use treated lumber for the base for your bin there. Is there any issue with using that subsequent compost and the vegetables are?
Where do you see treated lumber?
Well, I don't know if I have it.
Or you're asking, can you use it?
Yeah.
For the worms, Amanda's going to tell you we would not use treated lumber, pressure treated PT lumber that we use for a lot of our building around here. That's another issue that we're working with Waste Management Authority, is what to do with all the treated lumber that gets in the dump stream and gets in the containers. You're supposed to separate those things out. So source separation is, we think we can get the compost done in a year, set up and operational. Things flow fairly smooth. But the source separation is going to take a little different. That means when everything comes into the dump, the treated wood goes here, the plastic goes here, the paper goes there, the glass goes there, and we're already recycling those. So we're on the right track. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Ask me over the next year. Every month we're going to make a report on where we are with this governor's task force.